What a goal, what a win. But Robbo, what a jumper.
Oh, here it is here. And Modra was wearing it, hey?
Yeah.
Whoever thought Modra would be at Fremantle? Look at that.
A crime against design, and yet it's got this wonderful place in football history.
We went through this period, can you remember, Gerard? Not just in footy. Purple was all the rage, wasn't it? Oh, we've done all these tests, and everyone likes purple and teal.
Purple's no worries. It's the green and
On
the red.
purple.
So this is straight out of the Joker's wardrobe. Anyway, the anchor. I can't wait to see the next.
Yeah, we're wearing it on Friday night, Gerard.
So it'll
Look
be
at
a
the
feature of it. Now, eye-catching. This young lad was absolutely eye-catching. He was best of field in the draw on Friday night, and it made you start to think, wow, if that's game 29, what might he become? Hayden Young has joined us tonight. Hayden, it's great to have you on 360. Welcome.
G'day guys, thanks for having me.
How significant a moment was that game individually for you in your progress through your third year?
Yeah, it was definitely a big game for my confidence. I feel like I've been building throughout the year towards a performance, and I think it's testament to the continuity I've built this year. Over the last few years, I've struggled with a few injuries, but I've definitely benefited from playing consistent footy this year, and it was good to have a good performance.
It was an odd sort of game, but what made sense to me was Cox, Brennan, Pearce, Clark, Chapman and Young as the future formidable backline of Fremantle. How is that coming together for your little cohort?
Yeah, it's a really exciting part of our team at the moment. I'm certainly enjoying playing in the back line. As you said, it's a pretty young group, so hopefully we've got many years of footy ahead. And yeah, I'm loving playing with the boys, and hopefully we can keep performing well as a defensive group and help our team get some wins.
When you're going through your teenage years, were you a forward or a defender?
I was actually a midfielder, much like most players. But when I got to about under 16s, I was thrown into the back line, told I was too skinny, and then I've stayed there ever since. But I'm loving it.
What size are you? And what size did you shoot up in any of your teenage years?
I was always reasonably tall. I'm about 189, but I never had much weight on me. So I was a skinny halfback flanker, and I still am.
So when I watch AFL football, you've got your really defensive type defenders, and every team needs that lockdown defender. And I look at you play football, and I thought, God, have a look at this bloke. He looks at all the possibilities in front of him. Does that come easy to you to say, right, I'm going to attack the ball here and I'm going to fly and go for my marks, or is that a work in progress?
Yeah, it's probably something that has come natural. Since I've moved to the back line, I've actually had to learn how to defend because it wasn't sort of part of my game. Because I played midfield as a junior, I'd always be running forward and trying to kick goals and trying to chase the footy. So a lot of my development's actually been learning how to defend, and from good defensive starting positions, I can sort of generate some attack, which is probably more natural to me. So I feel like I'm starting to get that balance right, but I'm still learning.
Does Longmire send the runner at you and say, Young, will you pick up your man?
Yeah, occasionally. It gets tossed around between me and Jordan Clark a fair bit, that we get up a bit too high and we're not getting back to defend. So certainly our line coach, Matty Boyd's getting into us a fair bit, and we're certainly conscious of it.
How big is Friday night going to be in your town?
Yeah, really big, really big. It's obviously retro round, so it's going to be great to be wearing our retro jumpers. And, it's going to be great to see the fans back at Optus Stadium. They bring a lot of energy at that ground, and we love playing in front of them. And then obviously it's a pretty big challenge against a really good opposition. So we're looking forward to that, and hopefully we can get the chocolates.
It's not that long ago since you last met Melbourne, and now you do so on your home turf with that huge win at the MCG, which announced so much. How much do you draw on that, and how much do you know that they would dearly like to bite you back?
Yeah, we certainly took a lot of good learnings from that game. There was a few things where we felt we could expose them, and there was a few things we didn't do quite well either. So they've obviously evolved as the year's gone on, and they've changed a little bit, as have we. So it's going to be interesting to see how the game starts, particularly in the first half, and hopefully we can adjust well and get on the front foot early and continue from there.
Who'd you play on in that game?
I think I played, well, no one. I think I was on Neil Bullen a few times, and maybe Spargo a bit.
So when Neil Bullen, he's an interesting type. He pushes up into the midfield. You got a licence to stay back. Who makes that decision? Do you go? You let him go? Do you make that decision to stay back or go with him?
Yeah, to a certain point. It always is a fine line because if he gets up and gets involved, he can be pretty damaging. So, I'll usually try to go with him until to a point where I feel like he might be consumed by our numbers, and then I can get a bit of drop off and hopefully intercept the ball. But it's a fine line.
Hayden, we'll all be watching. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming on.
Hayden Young, promising Fremantle
He's
defender.
more than promising.
Oh, yeah.
He's really good, isn't he?
He's arriving.